Welcome to my animation cancelling video for Magicka classes. So in this video I just want to show you some examples how you can animation cancel with Magicka setups. I will use a Magicka Templar, but it doesn't matter, it works on all classes: Magicka, DK, Nightblade, Zork, Templar, it doesn't matter, it's just to show you how those things work. Because there is different ways to cancel animations. You can do it with a light attack, heavy attack, medium attack. You can do it with block, you can do it with dodge roll, with bash or weapon swap. I just want to show you those different things so you know what many people speak about. This is for the Thieves Guild update. In Dark Brotherhood there might be some changes to like how animations work, but it is not yet confirmed, so we will see. Okay, let's get started. So now everybody knows what the light attack is. As you can see, I shoot this. So now let's see my rune focus. I drop this to the ground, right? So the whole animation plays. But now what I can do is I drop rune focus, and after a certain amount of time I can press a light attack, and then I can press another rune focus, and it will be a little bit faster. You see? Like, you almost didn't see the light attack animation at all, but the light attack went off. It is not if you have never tried it, it's not easy, because you really need to know the sweet spot of the animation and when you are able to cancel it. So if you want to try this, maybe just drop the thing, then do a light attack, drop it, do a light attack, drop it, light attack. Start slow and always do it a little bit faster. What you also can do is you can drop the rune focus and start spamming the light attack right away. You will see when it goes off. And you see, this is the rune focus animation. It's pretty long, right? Drops it to the ground, and this is the light attack animation. It's also quite long. But if I do it with animation cancelling, it doesn't take that long. That's the thing. That's what you need to learn. And that works with all the skills. With this one, for example, too. You see there's always a light attack and you almost don't see the animation. That's the thing. You really can save time doing this. That's what most people use in raids. Like, you need to know animation cancelling to get as much DPS as possible. Because if you are not fast enough, you will lose DPS. But it requires training, because you need to know when the stuff is cancelable. That's the thing. Again here, when I do the whole animation and then I do a light attack. So blockade, light attack, blockade, light attack. It's really slow, but when I cancel it with the light attack, blockade, light attack, blockade, light attack, it's a lot faster. This works with all the skills. Okay. Now, the next thing is heavy attacks, and after that I will show you the medium attacks. So a heavy attack is when you press down the button, you do a heavy attack, right? So you can do the same thing here. You can drop animation and then press heavy attack, and it goes off, you see? So what I do here is I press the skill, right? And then I press my light attack button and I keep it pressed down, and I can do this as long as I want. So now how the animation works with the heavy attacks. So basically once the heavy attack starts charging, you can spam the skill button, and once the heavy attack is fully charged, the skill will start casting right away, so you don't need to know when to do it. So let's see, skill, starting heavy attack, and then just press skill. As you can see, it goes off automatically. So again, I just use the skill, then I wait a little bit. You see how I spam it down in the bar setup. Just as soon as it starts charging the heavy attack, I can start spamming the skill, and it automatically goes off when the heavy attack is ready. So this is easier than the light attack, mainly because the heavy attack knows when it's fully charged, and you just can spam the skill button, and the skill starts going off once the heavy attack is charged. That's the main reason why this is kind of easier than light attack weaving. But for most builds you want to have light attack weaving because it results in more DPS. But at least now you know what the heavy attacks, how to cancel them, and etc. Now let's get to the medium attacks. So what is a medium attack? You see here, this is a light attack, then here we have a heavy attack, and this is a medium attack. So I just keep the light attack button pressed like for half a second, and it already charges a medium attack. So when you see a light attack, it only throws one ball, right? But when I just click it a little bit longer, there is 2 balls coming out, so that's a medium attack. A heavy attack also has 2 balls coming out, right? But still, a medium attack still does a little bit more damage than a light attack for casters. At least with a fire stuff. Maybe they will change that too, who knows. For example, for stamina classes, like you can't, like for a 2-hand or a dual wield, medium attacks don't work. They will result in the same damage as light attacks. So yeah. Anyway, let me just show you. I hope it doesn't. So now light attack 1.9k, heavy attack 3.6k. You see, and I haven't charged it fully. When I do a fully charged heavy attack, well, this was a crit. Let me try to get the non-crit. Yeah, 8.4. So check it out here. A light attack was 1.9k. Dude, really? Was 1.9k light attack. Then the medium attack was 3.6k already, and the heavy attack was 8.4k. So yes, medium attacks do more damage for fire stuff. And you always should be using a fire stuff as a DPSer because it's always stronger than other weapons. So now that being said, how you do medium weave. So if you want to, most people have force pulls to weave in between, but like, yeah, I will just show you how it works with the blockade. So all you do is blockade, and instead of just clicking the left mouse button for a light attack, you just keep it pressed for a little bit and it already goes off with a medium attack. It's a little bit harder to do, but once you get used to it, not that hard anymore. You see, now I do a light attack, only 1 ball. Now I do a medium attack. That's the thing, that's the difference. So yeah, you need to practice that. You can't just do it once and it will work. It's really difficult, especially in combat where there is a lot of things to focus on and a lot of shit happens. It needs a lot of practice. Okay, next up on the list is block cancelling. So you all know when we block, like this. So let me just show you, for example, the rune focus. This is the whole animation. And now what they do is, I press the rune focus and then I block right away. Did you see the skill went off, but it almost didn't show the animation. Full animation, block. It still went off. Same for proxy, for example. Full animation, no animation at all. Blockade the same, full animation, almost no animation. So let me show you again with the proxy. Did you see? Almost no animation. Because that's how the system works. Block is prioritized over everything else, and if a skill has instant cast, although he has an animation like this, it's still instant cast, so you can cancel it with block. And that works with a lot of skills, like with all the skills, if they're instant. So harness Magicka, this is the full animation, and now I use the skill and then I press block. You see, it almost doesn't go off, like the animation. I still get the buff. I still get the skill. So that's what you need to learn. You need, for example, for some rotations, it can be helpful. You know, when you do a skill, you just press block, block again, and then this block all the time, so you can cast stuff faster. Most people though prefer the medium attack weaving, but block also works. It saves you time. So for blockade, the whole animation, and now I just do it with block. It almost doesn't go, you don't see me cast it, but it goes off. And you also can see this flickering effect on the stuff. When I cancel it, it goes off behind me, kinda. And if I don't cancel it, it's on the ground. You see, it's on the stuff. So yeah, that's the animation cancelling with block, and it works on all the skills that are instant cast. For example, punching sweeps. This is a channel, 1.1 second channel. You can block cancel it, but it will do not all the damage. That's the thing. I can start using it, but it will not go off because it is a channel. It has a 1.1 second cast time. Now, next thing is dodge roll animation cancelling. So basically it works the same as block, but instead of blocking you dodge roll. Yes, I know magic abilities don't have a lot of stamina, but still I will show you because it's possible. So again, this is the whole animation, and now I press the skill and then I dodge roll right away. You see, it still went off. No, it didn't work. Let me test again. Now it worked. I need stem. Okay, again. Did you see it went off? And you almost didn't see the animation. For example, on Zorks, that's why they're really good in PvP, because, well, not only because of that, but for example, crystal fragments, you can animation cancel this ability really good. The moment the crystal frag procs, you can like block and it will go off faster because it doesn't have to do the whole animation, and you already can cast something else. So yeah, I can use a skill and then dodge roll, because this is the whole animation, and when I use dodge roll cancel, it doesn't show the animation at all, but it still goes off because it is instant damage. You can do it slower as well. I can do the casting, and in the mid I can, it doesn't matter when. But basically they're like, most skills they go off after like 0.1 seconds. So after 0.11 seconds you can cancel them because their damage or the animation that is necessary to make the damage go off, because it is instant, has been done, and then you can cancel it. Because as you see, I can cancel it too early and then it doesn't go off. Now I press the blockade and block at the same time and it doesn't go off. Now it went off. It's really hard to not let it go off actually. Yeah. So you need to get that feeling. But yeah, the dodge roll cancelling is mainly useful in PvP. Because what I usually do in PvP, before I dodge roll, I just cast another skill, for example rune focus. And you don't see the animation, right? That's the thing, but it goes off. It gives me a lot more healing. It gives me a lot more resistance, and I don't waste time casting it. That's the thing. You see, it goes off. The whole animation would be this. Doesn't need to. You just can do it like this. Then we have bash animation cancelling. So you wanna do a bash, right? Like this. One other tip. Bash, it's the interrupt button, right? So usually this is bound to like right mouse button and left mouse button. So usually like when it's to the default setup, you block and then you press left click and it bashes. Now it doesn't really, yeah, like this. But we all know the moment you block, you lose all the stamina recovery, right? So it's not a good idea. So make sure to unbind the interrupt button to bind it to one single key. It's also more reliable and faster because you don't need to block before you bash. It's the thing. I have it on my right mouse button and I have block on a side button on the mouse. So you really want to change that. And the same thing here. This is more useful for stamina builds because bash, it does a little bit damage, right? So when I use a skill I can just bash instead of block and it still goes off. And you don't see the animation. And you hit the enemy with a bash if you're in front of him. So it can kill off somebody if he's on low health, that's the thing. Okay, this was a bash animation cancelling. Next on the list is a weapon swap. So when we weapon swap, animation cancel. So what we can do, let's do it with the rune focus. This is the full animation, and now I will press the rune focus and then weapon swap right away. You see the skill went off, but I didn't do the animation. It's the thing. Let me show you that with healing ward. So most people in PvP, the Magicka ones, use healing ward because it's quite fucking OP. This is the whole animation, right? So yes, you can block cancel it, that it goes faster, you can dodge roll cancel, all that shit. So what most people do is, because they have a rest bar on the second bar, right, as a off bar. So before they swap to the main DPS bar, they activate healing ward and you can press it and then weapon swap and you get it. So it's really strong, and you know you can't crit shields. This is the full animation, and then I press healing ward and I do weapon swap and it doesn't go off. Let's see. Did you see? But I get the buff. So this is really important, and it is really like strong in PvP because you don't waste time casting it and then weapon swapping it. You just cast weapon swap and you get it. It's like it's 4 times as fast. So this is already it. If you have any questions, ask me down in the comment section. If you want me to show off other things, just let me know. And remember, this works on all the classes. It's not just Magicka Temple. It works on all the classes. And I said it again. With Dark Brotherhood, they might change some of the animations, so it cannot be like cancelled that strong anymore. Because, for example, Flawless Dawnbreaker, it can be animation cancelled before the damage goes out, and what they're trying to do with the next update is that you only can animation cancel skills once they actually hit the enemy. There is not a lot of skills that have that, but for example Soul Harvest or Flawless Dawnbreaker or Dawnbreaker in general has that, because you can animation cancel it really bad. Maybe let me show you that. So now I do the full animation. It's pretty long. Let me get ulti. Okay, now I will use Dawnbreaker and then block cancel it. Did you see? You almost didn't see the animation. That's why most people use it in PvP, because first it is not dodgeable because it is a ground-based AoE, and yeah, it like you don't have time to react to it because it cancels animation. That's kind of the thing. That's why it's so strong. And on Magicka classes, because it gets buffed by champion points and all that other things, it hits really hard. Anyway, that was it. If you liked the video, don't forget to press a like, and if you like the videos in general, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys. See you soon. Bye bye.